On the evening of November 19, 2025, the world of music was rocked by a revelation that no one saw coming. A shocking investigation had begun, centering on the rising star known as D4vd, real name David Anthony Burke. Once hailed as a prodigy and a voice of his generation, D4vd now found himself at the center of a criminal case that would capture national attention and ignite a media firestorm. At just 20 years old, D4vd had already achieved what many only dream of: viral fame, sold-out concerts, and millions of devoted fans. But now, his name was linked to a tragedy: the death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The news sent shockwaves through the music industry and left fans reeling, struggling to reconcile the artist they admired with the allegations he now faced. Celeste's tragic end has cast a dark shadow over D4vd's once bright career and left her family and community desperate for answers. Vigils were held in her memory, with friends and loved ones gathering to mourn a life cut short. The pain and confusion were palpable, as those who knew Celeste struggled to understand how such a tragedy could have happened. The Los Angeles Police Department's Robbery-Homicide Division quickly took charge of the case, determined to uncover the truth. Detectives began piecing together a timeline, tracing Celeste's last known movements from the moment she disappeared to the heartbreaking discovery of her body. Every detail mattered, and the pressure to solve the case mounted with each passing day. The investigation took a dramatic turn when Celeste was found in a vehicle registered to D4vd. This crucial piece of evidence placed the young singer directly at the heart of the investigation, raising difficult questions about his involvement and what really happened on that fateful night. D4vd's meteoric rise to fame had been fueled by the power of social media, especially TikTok, where his music and persona captivated millions. Now, that same digital spotlight illuminated the darkest chapter of his life, as fans and critics alike dissected every detail of the case online. The contrast between his public image and the grim reality of the investigation could not have been more stark. As the story continues to unfold, we'll look deeper into who Celeste was, the evidence that has emerged against D4vd, and the relentless search for justice. The case is complex, with new developments surfacing almost daily, and the stakes could not be higher for everyone involved. This is a story that blends celebrity, heartbreak, and the tireless pursuit of truth. As investigators dig deeper and the world watches, one question remains: will justice be served for Celeste Rivas Hernandez? Before the headlines and the breaking news alerts, before the story of Celeste Rivas Hernandez became a name whispered in every household, this was a family's private nightmare unfolding in the quiet streets of Lake Elsinore, California. In this peaceful suburb, where neighbors greet each other and children play in the streets, the Rivas Hernandez family's world was shattered overnight. Celeste, just 15 years old, vanished without a trace on April 5, 2024. Her bedroom, once filled with laughter and dreams, was left eerily silent, her belongings untouched, a haunting reminder of her sudden absence. For over a year, her family searched desperately, clinging to hope as days blurred into weeks and weeks into agonizing months. They posted flyers, organized search parties, and pleaded for any information, refusing to give up on Celeste. Early in the investigation, Celeste's mother revealed a crucial detail. Her daughter had been dating someone named David. This revelation would soon become a turning point, shifting the focus of the search and raising new questions about who David was and what he might know. Investigators soon confirmed that Celeste knew D4vd, whose real name is David. This connection became central to the case, as detectives pieced together Celeste's final days and the people she trusted most. The Lake Elsinore community rallied around the family, holding vigils and offering support. But as the seasons changed and leads grew cold, hope began to fade, replaced by a growing sense of dread. Then, the unimaginable happened. The missing person case turned into a homicide investigation, with the devastating discovery of Celeste's body in a remote area, shattering any remaining hope. For her family, the search for Celeste ended in heartbreak. But even as they mourned, a new fight began. The fight for justice, for answers, and for accountability. The tragedy demanded answers from those closest to her, and the quest for truth would now take center stage, as the community and her loved ones sought to ensure Celeste's story would not be forgotten. The search for Celeste, which had gripped her family and the city for weeks, came to a shocking end on September 8, 2025, in a Hollywood tow yard. For days, her loved ones had clung to hope, but that hope was shattered in the most unexpected of places, a sprawling impound lot tucked between the busy streets of Los Angeles. It started with a complaint from workers who noticed a foul, unmistakable odor coming from a Tesla that had been abandoned for several days. The car sat quietly among hundreds of others, but something about it was different, something that made the employees uneasy as they went about their daily rounds. When authorities arrived and opened the front trunk, they made a grisly discovery. Inside, wrapped tightly in layers of plastic, was the decomposing body of Celeste. The scene was haunting, the air thick with the stench of death and the weight of tragedy. For investigators, it was a moment that would haunt them for years. The Tesla, registered to the enigmatic and controversial figure known as D4vd, instantly became the focal point of the investigation. Its presence in the impound lot raised immediate questions. How had it gotten there, and why had no one noticed it sooner? The advanced state of decomposition suggested that Celeste had been dead for weeks, possibly even months, her body enduring the relentless heat of the Los Angeles summer. The car had become a tomb, baking under the sun, hiding its horrific secret in plain sight. With the discovery of Celeste's body, the case shifted overnight from a missing persons search to a high-profile homicide investigation. The impound lot, once just a backdrop to the city's forgotten vehicles, was now the epicenter of a media frenzy and a police operation. Detectives faced a chilling puzzle. A Tesla owned by a famous figure, a public location where anyone could have stumbled upon the truth, and a gruesome secret that had gone unnoticed for far too long. Every detail seemed to raise more questions than it answered. The impound lot quickly became ground zero for a case that would grip the nation. Reporters, onlookers, and investigators crowded the scene, each searching for answers in a story that was growing more complex by the hour. As forensic teams combed through the Tesla, every piece of evidence seemed to deepen the mystery. The contents of the car, personal items, traces of DNA, and cryptic clues, raised more questions than answers, leaving investigators and the public desperate to understand what really happened to Celeste. With Celeste's body found, the LAPD's robbery-homicide division took over. Investigators revealed her body had been dismembered, suggesting a brutal and calculated crime. Police believe more than one person may have been involved, expanding the scope beyond D4vd. Multiple individuals are under scrutiny, but no arrests have been made. D4vd has not cooperated, forcing detectives to rely on forensics, digital evidence, and witness accounts. The investigation now focuses on tracing the Tesla's movements and analyzing all available data. Every detail is critical as detectives work to reconstruct Celeste's final days. The public waits anxiously, while police guard the integrity of this sensitive case. The medical examiner's findings are pivotal in this case. Advanced decomposition complicates determining Celeste's cause and manner of death. Forensic pathologists are searching for any surviving evidence of trauma or foul play. Toxicology reports may reveal if Celeste was drugged or incapacitated. These scientific results are slow but essential, forming the foundation for any criminal charges. Without a clear ruling, prosecutors cannot move forward. The case remains in limbo, hinging on the medical examiner's conclusions. Justice for Celeste depends on the science. The link between D4vd and Celeste is at the heart of this tragedy. Celeste's family confirmed she knew D4vd, and her mother revealed she was dating someone named David at the time she vanished. This relationship, with its troubling age gap, Celeste was 15, D4vd 19, raises serious legal and ethical questions. Investigators are probing the nature of their connection, searching for motive and opportunity. Friends and family are being interviewed for insight into their relationship. The discovery of Celeste's body in D4vd's car cements him as the primary suspect. Understanding their relationship is now key to unraveling the case. News of D4vd's involvement sent shockwaves through fans and the music industry. His world tour was cancelled, and his career came to a sudden halt. D4vd has remained silent, fueling speculation and debate online. Some see his silence as legal strategy, others see it as damning. Media coverage has been relentless, with every detail dissected across platforms. Fans express disbelief and outrage, struggling to reconcile the artist with the allegations. Social media is awash with theories, putting immense pressure on the investigation. D4vd's future now hangs in the balance, tied to the outcome of the case. The story has become a cautionary tale about fame, trust, and accountability. Despite progress, major questions remain. Investigators are working to establish the exact timeline of Celeste's death and the location of the primary crime scene. Pinpointing where and when she died is crucial for building the case. Motive remains unclear. Was it conflict, cover-up, or something else? Police also believe others may have helped dismember and conceal Celeste's body. Identifying accomplices could break the case wide open. The search for answers continues, with every detail under scrutiny. The next steps hinge on the medical examiner's final report. A homicide ruling would allow prosecutors to file charges and move forward. The district attorney will weigh all evidence before deciding on arrests. For Celeste's family, justice is the only path to closure. The case is a test of accountability. No one is above the law. The nation watches, awaiting answers and resolution. The goal is clear: uncover the truth and hold those responsible accountable. Justice for Celeste is the only acceptable outcome.